All right, welcome everybody. I appreciate you all being here. And let's see here. We got lesson 3, I believe. Just so you know, this lesson is being recorded for learning purposes. As we are going through the lesson, if you can make sure you're following along with the Nearpod. I'm putting that in the chat right now. Use chat tool respectfully and appropriately, and then also respond to questions and instructions the first time. That helps us not just like sit there on a discussion board or something like that. If you're unable to get on the Nearpod, if you can just jump on the chat, answer there, so I know you guys are responding and being active. All right, so what we're going to go over today, our objective is given quizzes and the multiple choice questions about skills and education. We'll answer those with 80% accuracy. And the first thing we're going to be talking about is the value of education. Before we go into that, what we're going to do is I just want to show you this week's a pretty light week. Okay, so if you are not caught up on everything else, like last week we had quite a few quizzes you needed to do. This week we only have 3, right? And they're not tough, right? Just watch the video, do the quiz here and there, right? That will be found in Unit 2, Modules 5 and 6. So just go, run through those. Should be able to knock it out pretty quickly. Kind of go from there. So the value of education. What we have found, right? Now these things are back from quite a long ways ago, over 10 years old. But they haven't really changed in regards to how people get jobs and maintain jobs. If you do not graduate from high school, you can see here that back in that time, it was about a 15% unemployment rate. So you're going to go through jobs quite a bit because you don't have that education. And if you get graduated, which we push you, that's our number one goal here at Utah Virtual, is to get you to graduate. That's cut by 1/3, right? So then you're only about 9-10%. Okay. If you have some college, then it goes down even more. Now, some college means just some type of like training, right? So for example, if you go to cosmetology school, if you go get your welding certificate, if you go get all these kind of things like the ATC or your realtor's license or insurance license, there's so many different things you can do, right? But having some type of certificate, something like that, your income's going to go up and you're going to go there, right? And I would say like that's more upon the lines of getting like an associate's degree, right? Go to cosmetology school, esthetician, some type of certificate. Your income is going to rise and your unemployment rate is you're more likely to be employed. Okay. Bachelor's degree, it just keeps getting higher, right? Master's degree, most likely going to be employed, most likely going to make more. Professional degree, you're going to make quite a bit, and you'll always have the opportunity to be employed. Okay, let's watch this video a little bit about education and how it helps you be able to build wealth over time.
Hi, I'm Emma, and in this section we're going to be talking about how to recognize and explore the correlation between education, training, and potential lifetime income. Each year, tens of thousands of new college students begin their journey towards higher education in the hopes of landing equally high-paying jobs in the future. It has long been understood that an education can lead to long-term financial success and higher overall earnings over the life of a career. Generally speaking, the more specialized the education, the higher the earnings go. Education is valuable because it has many benefits that can be enjoyed over a lifetime. One benefit is an increase in potential earnings in wages and salaries. Demand for the educated or more skilled employee is generally greater than for the uneducated or less skilled employee. So education creates a more valuable and thus higher paid employee. It makes sense to be able to maximize value by becoming educated as soon as possible so you have as long as possible to benefit from increased income. It even makes sense to invest in education before you sell your labor because your opportunity cost of going to school, in this case, the lost wages of not working, is lowest. Current studies show that a college education has an economic value because a college graduate earns more over a lifetime than a high school graduate. Recent estimates put that difference at about $1 million. This fact indicates simply earning a 4-year college degree can be the key to long-term financial success. For career paths where there is a high demand for skilled workers, higher paying jobs may become available for those who have learned specific skill sets that can relate to specific job requirements. For example, the information technology field is clamoring with software developers. Therefore, those who study and earn certificates in one or more software languages can expect to be offered highly compensated roles within leading companies. Earnings based on specialization. In certain industries, the amount of specialized education is directly proportionate to the amount of earnings that a professional can make. For example, in the healthcare sector, a general practitioner can expect to earn as much as $188,223 per year, while a specialist can earn around $360,000 per year, twice as much. In the engineering field, an entry-level engineer can expect to earn around $62,000 per year, while an engineer who goes on to earn additional certification can earn more than $95,000 per year or more. As a rule, the more specialized the training and the more in demand a skill set is, the higher the potential earnings will be. When planning a career path, it is important to weigh all the factors in determining the best type of education for you. Careful evaluation and planning can help you maximize your earnings potential.
All right. As it talked about there, the different skills and not necessarily college education, but specific skills, like we talked about certificates and stuff before, like cosmetology or real estate license or welding certificate, anything like that, right, is very highly needed. So why is it important to get that sort of thing, right? So why don't you ask those questions on the board up here or in the chat. So I'll give you some time to answer that. Okay, somebody put, it gives you more job opportunities and a higher chance for long-term financial stability. Yep. It's important because you can ensure more job opportunities. I like the job opportunities because it just, one thing that I always want in life is freedom, right? Freedom to be able to choose where I get to go. Freedom actually to like almost decide how much I'm going to make, right? If I can leverage myself in such a way where I have good enough skills to be able to do that. Because with higher education, you earn or are able to keep a stable job. Yep. Because you be able to seem more qualified for certain jobs. Yeah, and that's what the thing, it just really kind of opens up different doors for you, right? Some people won't even look at you unless you have certain credentials that that you have. Let's see here. Okay, so what we can do is we can really look here and we can calculate the difference between different things, right? So if we look at the annual income, and this was a while ago, it's actually gone up because of, wonderful inflation. So everything costs more. Back in when these statistics were done, $20,000 was the annual income of a high school dropout if they work full time. That's a lot to work for that little pay. Okay. I mean, that's talking about probably $1,300 a month, right? Which may sound a lot to you right now, but when rent costs you $1,500 or $1,800 a month, that's a problem, right? You can't even make a place for you guys to live. High school diploma, right? A little bit more, associates, that kind of stuff. If you were to do the math here, you can break it down and you can see how long you have to work. Now, it does take time, but if you invest, the earlier you invest in it, the more benefit you're going to get long-term financially out of it. Okay, let's watch another video about different skills and stuff.
Hi, I'm Cameron. Today we will be examining the costs of post-high school education options and analyze the return on investment, or ROI. This includes career choices, understanding the cost differences between public and private schools, and differences between nonprofit and for-profit education and training. When it comes to higher education, modern students have a number of choices in pursuing certificates and degrees to help them reach their future career goals. While many students choose to enroll in a traditional brick-and-mortar college or online college degree program, there is also the option of furthering your education through a trade school. So how do you know which option is the right choice for you? While no one can decide for you whether a college or trade school is the best fit for your education, there are several different factors to consider when making your choice. Traditional college. Whether you are a student that just graduated high school or an adult that wants to further their higher education, the first option that most people think of is to pursue a degree in a traditional college or university. There are several options for traditional college education, including community colleges, public universities, or private universities. Once you have enrolled in college, you will typically spend the first half of your college experience taking general education courses. They often include the following: English composition and literature, general science, history, mathematics. These classes set you up for success within a wide range of majors and allow students flexibility over the first year or two of their degree program to make a decision to pursue a specific degree. Typically, it takes anywhere from 2 to 4 years to earn an undergraduate degree. After completion of an associate's or bachelor's degree program, students may choose to enter the workforce or continue their education within graduate degree programs. So how do you know if college is the best route to support your future? It depends on your interests, goals, and objectives for attending college. For example, if you know that you are interested in English and communication, but aren't sure whether you want to be a journalist, teacher, or work in public relations, then a traditional college education may work well for you. Once you enroll as an English major, you will have the opportunity to take a variety of courses to gain experience and knowledge before making a decision in the specific career path you want to choose. While most students are familiar with traditional colleges, trade schools can be an excellent option for those who already have a clear idea of the career path they want to pursue. Trade schools differ from traditional colleges in a number of ways, including job-specific education, skill-based learning, cheaper tuition, finishing the program in less time. Once you enroll in a trade school, you will immediately start with classes that are based solely on the training needed to help you succeed in your future career. So, how does this affect your education? Simply put, without the background in general education classes, you will be trained only in the career path you are pursuing. While this is excellent news for those who are set on the occupation they want to pursue, it leaves little room for changing your trade school specialization or transferring your education into a different program. If you are interested in a specific career path, there are many different programs available through trade school that can get you started in a well-paying career without a traditional degree. What about the cost of education? With the changing economy and rising tuition prices, the cost of higher education is a major concern for students looking to earn a degree through a college or trade school. Typically, Trade schools cost substantially less than traditional colleges, and many students graduate with less debt than those who pursued their education through a college or university. As an example, completing an average bachelor's degree program costs students $127,000. On the flip side, the average cost for a trade school degree is only $33,000, a savings of $94,000. Part of the difference in the cost between the two types of programs is the length of time it takes to complete your education. Most bachelor's degree programs are completed in 4 years, while the typical trade school gets you out in the workforce in under 2 years, saving you time, money, and a great deal of student loan debt.
All right, as you can see on there, if you choose to do like and I'm not trying to push anybody to do one thing or another, like a trade school versus a college, that kind of stuff, but it really affects, if I went to like Weber State University because they were actually the cheapest at that time. I think there may be some cheaper ones like Salt Lake Community College has a pretty good program, SUU, but there's some really expensive ones like the University of Utah State University that charge a lot more. And then if you go out of state, it's really, really expensive. So I would look at just going for the best place. So here are some questions that you can just answer in your head. How does the career you choose affect your income? Okay. What employee characteristics are important to an employer? And how do education and training affect your salary? Okay. So last thing we're going to do, I just kind of like to take a little survey. What you guys are thinking you're going to do after you graduate from high school. Because after you graduate, it's going to be a must. You're going to graduate. So I'm just already planning on that. If you just want to put in there, I'd like to see how many are doing what. Okay, college and university. A couple not going. One technical college. All right, a couple more. Last three you want to answer real quick? What do you guys think? Okay, two more. Well, is there one more below it? Oh, three more. Most are going to college or university. One maybe doing something a little different right throughout, but I'd say really get some type of certificate. Okay, another one there. So, okay. That ends our lesson for today, and kind of helps us a bit. So, okay. Well, if you don't have any questions, remember real quick, this week, quizzes 14 to 16. If you're not caught up, just go back and do them. You can do the quiz as many times you want to get the score you like. So, all right. I will stick around for if you have any questions, but I'm going to shut off the recording here, and we'll go from there.